thing walking down the back from there is the most work I've had all year, to be honest. My name's Richard. I'm here to demonstrate the Heartbeat API, which was introduced in version 3.6. It's really pertinent at the moment because I'm a developer primarily focused on plugins and back-end. Actually, I started recently co-authoring some themes which this API is actually used in. So it's a really timely presentation because this was only introduced recently in version 3.6, and already it's using the autosave feature, which some of you might have noticed. Introduces post-locking features in the back end, so if someone else is editing a post, you can't actually edit that post until that lock's released. And basically the Heartbeat API is an implementation of polling technology for WordPress, so it's allowing more user UX experience on for the front end. And I'm just going to give a quick demonstration of how we've actually used this in one of our themes, which you'll see a not so subtle reference to later, to actually implement some of this technology. So to get started with the Heartbeat API, you basically need two elements. That's some configuration on the back end, and then also some code on the front end. So we'll look at the back end first of all. And this is all you basically need to get started on the back end, on the server side of things. So you've got your filters here, which basically hook onto the Heartbeat action. You can see the difference here between the underscore no-priv, which is when the user's not logged in. And some of you that have worked with Ajax functions on WordPress before will appreciate this difference here. But essentially they're just linking up to the same function that you've got here. And what we're doing here is we're basically just attaching a response. So we can add anything that we want onto the response object. In this example here, we're using it for comment and post updates. So this will allow us in our theme to display comments and posts which have been posted without the user actually having to actively refresh the page. And this is what we're doing on the client side. So we're using the WordPress Heartbeat object here, and we're initially setting an interval to fast. And there are three different speeds that we can have for this pulse, as it's called. And that's either 5 seconds, 15 seconds, or 60 seconds. The first thing to notice about this fast one here is that that's 5 seconds for 2.5 minutes. You can imagine a scenario where there's multiple ones of these, multiple instances of these requesting a response every 5 minutes, every 5 seconds. Server's going to get pretty overloaded. So really you want that as slow as possible. And then the second part of this here is to include what we actually want to do on this action here. And here it is. Here's what we're doing. So we're looking out for a response from the server, and then we're checking that we're getting what we want from the server. This is the post updates that you saw here down here, and then we're actually doing something with that. So in our theme here, we're actually updating the DOM with the new post that we've got. So here it is, here's the result. In this example here, what we can actually do with this Team Talk theme is add a new post. That pops a nice little dialogue here for us to use the built-in editor to create a new post. And then when we post that, it's updated on the actual person that made that post, and also all the users that have also got that page loaded at that time as well. They don't have to do any refresh or anything like this. So obviously that opens us up to a whole load of possibilities what we can actually do with this API. You know, already we've got post locking and autosave, but there's possibility there for great user and site interactivity, post commenting, instant messaging, things like this. So I hope I've sort of spiked your interest in actually using this API, and grab me at the pub later on for my deepest, darkest thoughts on this. So, yeah, cheers.